is CTV News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carlyle Fiset. We begin tonight with a rescue effort this morning at a grain farm in Lakeshore. Emergency crews on the scene say it was a complex operation in hazardous conditions. They say one of the workers at the Agris grain facility was trapped in an elevator. Firefighters said they were able to supply fluids and oxygen during the lengthy extraction process. At this point, there's been no update on the worker's condition, though. Local harm reduction advocates say a tranquilizer used by veterinarians is showing up more often in the Windsor-Essex fentanyl supply. According to officials with the Welcome Center for Women and Families, medetomidine has been detected in street drugs in recent months. They say the drug is not approved for human use and it can leave people heavily sedated for long periods. On top of that, it cannot be reversed by naloxone because it is not an opioid. They say users may appear unconscious but breathing, and that can make overdoses harder to recognize. Health unit officials are warning about possible public exposure to pertussis, also known as whooping cough. They say 5 cases have been confirmed tied to Erie Migration Elementary, the TMC Urgent Care Walk-in Clinic in Kingsville, and Word of Life Community Church. Anyone potentially exposed should monitor for symptoms for up to 21 days. Early signs can resemble a common cold, but the illness can develop into severe coughing and breathing difficulties. Babies under 1 year old face the greatest risk of serious complications. Anyone who develops symptoms after a possible exposure is urged to stay home and call their health care provider. An early morning rescue was required on the Detroit River after a 45-foot boat caught fire near the Ambassador Bridge. Crews say they were able to get all 7 passengers to safety before the flames reignited downstream. With more, here's Bob Belichico.
We heard all the sirens and everything, so we were all kind of taking a look, but yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Cody Massender witnessed the early morning blaze as it broke out on a boat in the Detroit River Thursday.
It was pretty wild. You know, we're out here a lot. We don't see much action, so it was kind of cool, but I hope, you know, we're glad to see that everyone was okay.
According to the Windsor Port Authority, an engine fire started on the 45-foot pleasure cruiser at around 2:30.
This morning got the call from the Windsor Police that there was a vessel on fire in the harbor.
Harbor Master Peter Barry says the fire was reported to be out before the 7 passengers on board were rescued. Once they were off the boat and safe, the fire reignited.
The boat was burning still out in the river and the police couldn't get to it, and there was no responding boats. So at that point, other calls were made.
The fire burned intensely and the boat drifted from the Ambassador Bridge almost to the new Gordie Howe Bridge. It stayed in the middle of the river, well away from shore, but it did cross the international border into Canadian waters.
At one point was only about 120 feet out from the Mistursky fueling station, which is one of the larger fueling stations in the Great Lakes.
Barry says as many as 5 large vessels passed the burning craft between 3 and 4 a.m.
The captain's aware that it's there, but that's additional risk.
A towboat eventually put the fire out, bringing the vessel to shore. Barry also points out Detroit Fire has 2 fireboats, but both were out of service at the time and were unable to respond. LaSalle maintains a fireboat, but it is operated by volunteers.
Without having in the region a standing fireboat, a standing rescue boat in the Windsor-LaSalle-Tecumseh corridor, the potential of something like this could have been disastrous.
In light of the incident, Barry says there should be discussions about a coordinated regional response plan between authorities on both sides of the border, similar to what exists between the 2 Coast Guards.
It needs careful reflection and study, but it needs funding.
Bob Belichico, CTV News.
Wildlife advocates say the current heat wave is fueling a surge in rescue calls. Earlier this week, a bald eagle was found struggling in the Detroit River. It was brought to rehabbers who say it will make a full recovery. But as Chris Campbell reports, not every wild animal can be so lucky.
Usually known for soaring high above the water, this bald eagle instead found itself struggling to survive after ending up soaked and exhausted along the Detroit River.
We received a call from some community members who had noticed a distressed bird that was in the river.
The bird was carefully guided towards shore before a Windsor-Essex County Humane Society animal protection officer safely secured it and transported it to Wings Rehabilitation Center.
It does not happen very often that we get a a bald eagle for sure. It is actually it was a bucket list moment.
Wildlife rehabilitators believe the eagle, estimated to be about 4.5 years old, likely became waterlogged while trying to catch a fish that proved to be too big.
He lost his weatherproofing, right? So he was... Usually the water will repel off the feathers, but he was completely saturated.
Now recovering in a flight cage, staff say the bird is gaining strength every day and could soon return to the wild.
He's doing well. I think he'll be ready to release as soon as the heat breaks.
The rescue comes during one of the busiest stretches of the summer for Wings Rehabilitation Center. The recent heat has brought a surge of calls involving young birds, rabbits, ducklings, and other wildlife struggling in the high temperatures.
Ducklings and rabbits and lots of birds. It's been the week of the swallows for some reason.
If you do come across wildlife in distress, experts say the best thing you can do is keep your distance, especially with large birds of prey, and contact wildlife professionals rather than trying to handle the animal yourself.
Keep in mind they are large predatory animals. They have very powerful talons, very powerful beaks. So hands off is always going to be the best thing, and leave it to the professionals.
Chris Campbell, CTV News.
The enduring heat is forcing businesses to scale back operations.
We tried to open at 4. We couldn't stand more than 10 minutes outside.
With the Humidex, it felt like 45 degrees in Windsor around 4 p.m. The owners of this food truck say they normally open in the afternoon and serve until midnight, but with the heat, they didn't open until 9 p.m. when it still felt like 40 degrees.
I'm going to have to change my hours. I'm already thinking starting tomorrow, I'm going to have to reduce it to starting at 8 p.m. Just because of the heat. I want to make sure the employees can work inside at least. It's going to be a tough one this week.
A 4-month-long construction project on Malden Road in LaSalle is getting underway. According to Hydro One officials, crews will start on the west side of the road and move south, installing new utility poles. They say drivers should expect intermittent lane closures and delays, especially during peak travel times. Municipal officials say this is part of a broader construction program that includes bridge improvements later this month. Renovations are in the works for Devonshire Mall. The mall's operators say they've taken over the former Hudson's Bay department store, which is now vacant and slated for demolition. They say the old building will be replaced with a redesigned mall entrance meant to improve access and the overall layout. Elsewhere across the country, former Bay locations have been sold off or leased out for repurposing. No timeline for demolition or construction at Devonshire has been provided. Stellantis officials are reporting an increase in sales, up 6% in the first half of 2026 compared to last year. They say the Windsor-built minivans are maintaining their position as Canada's best-selling minivans. There was a 13% increase in sales for the Chrysler Pacifica, while the Dodge Charger saw a 31% gain. There was a 23% decline for the Grand Caravan, though. Stellantis officials also say, based on these results, they're looking at expanding their lineup in the coming months. Still ahead, making his blue and white debut, the Toronto Maple Leafs get a first look at their newest crop of draft picks, including top selection Gavin McKenna. That's coming up on CTV News at 11. Back with Gary Archibald now, and I can see the screen behind you there, Gary. Still a lot of orange there.
A lot of orange, indicative of what we've been experiencing, Carlyle, for the last 4 days straight, and now potentially day 5 and 6 just over the horizon. It could be extended Friday, Saturday, possibly Sunday. I think we'll see a bit of temperature relief on Sunday that will take us technically out of the orange warning, meaning the heat warning will have ended technically, but it's still going to be an above seasonal daytime high situation Sunday into Monday, possibly. More on that in just a moment. I put an asterisk next to an unofficial tally of 36.3, very near a record of 36.5 set on today back in 2011, 15 years ago. The worst weather is still the heat, not showers, violent thunderstorms, or hailstorms or anything like that. We're not likely to see significant rainfall, at least in extreme southwestern Ontario, for another 2, maybe 3 days. And you've seen the distress with your garden, your lawn, Watering them after sundown, before sunrise, advisable. Rainfall in the next 24 hours, if we do see it, is very light, scattered. There have been some thunderstorms that have rolled through parts of southern Ontario, well to our north and east, but we're not really likely to see a lot of activity. Yes, the thunderstorm and sun icon is on the board for the morning through the midday and afternoon, but the probabilities are, I'd say, less than 40%, closer to 30% of an isolated thunderstorm rumbling through. Look at these temperatures, already 27 degrees at 8 a.m. feels like the mid to upper 30s. By 4 p.m., 35 or 36 feels like 47. We are still in heat warning criteria for Saturday. Although it's a cloudier day and a higher probability of showers, we need the rain, and hopefully that will help the vegetation situation. Sunday, cooler still. Some projections have us at 28 to 29, other models 30 to 31. I'm leaning on the lower tally of 28. Hopefully that comes to fruition and will be cool and wet, possibly on Monday, down to 27. Then 29 and 30s, Tuesday through to Thursday, the middle of next week. Sunny, bright, high UV, and warm, but seasonal. At least we're not likely to be in the heat warning then. I'm going to creep back in here. So you saw it, right? Hot tomorrow and the next day. Let's look at your 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Gary. Health officials are warning people to avoid swimming at 3 local beaches. They say high bacteria levels have been recorded at Colchester Beach, Holiday Beach, and Lakeshore's Lakeview Park West Beach. E. coli counts are reportedly well above 200 at one beach and more than double that at the 2 others. The 3 eastern beaches on Lake Erie are clear for swimming, though. Staff at the Salvation Army's Windsor Center of Hope are appealing for donations over a critical clothing item shortage. They say they need new men's underwear and socks, as well as new or gently used men's shorts, which are among the hardest to keep in stock. They also say seasonal clothing is especially important during the extreme heat, while underwear and socks remain a constant need year-round. Donations can be dropped off at the Center of Hope on Church Street, which is open 24/7. New generic versions of diabetes and weight loss drugs like Ozempic are coming onto the Canadian market. However, there may not be a flood of patients looking for them if the cost of the brand name options comes down. With more, here's Pauline Chan.
Richard Hall has type 2 diabetes and began taking Ozempic 2.5 years ago for glucose stability.
Immediately, there was a change in my readings, my glucose readings.
It is truly a profound effect that you see in some. There are averages that you expect, somewhere between 10 and 15% on average body weight loss.
But it's not just a benefit in weight loss that doctors are noting.
Since its launch, it's been my pleasure to see benefits for the heart, benefits for the kidney, new benefits for the liver. And so that means that, yes, we're managing diabetes, we're managing weight.
But the cost, covered under Hall's wife's benefits, have been prohibitive for some in the past.
Somewhere between about $250 and $350 per month. But the price of both the brand name Ozempic and the generics is now about $80 per month. Since the generics were priced that way, and Novo Nordisk, through its support program, is now matching it for the first time that I've seen any product do that.
Which means that if the price for the brand name drug is now the same as the generic prices, there may be no need for patients like Hall to consider taking generics. And Dr. Alex Abitbol says some private insurance may not have added the generic semaglutides to their formularies yet, prompting even slower adoption of generics. Ozempic maker Novo Nordisk has set up a webpage for Canadians to register for the savings card.
I don't know what the ODB situation will be in a year and a half when I turn 65. I haven't looked that far to see if it is covered.
And Dr. Abitbol says there are even more potent semaglutides on the horizon.
You should talk to your family physician, go through the benefits, the risks, make sure you carefully consider your own individual scenario.
Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Strength in the technology sector helped Canada's main stock index move higher. The TSX gained 110 points. In New York, the Dow added 595. The Nasdaq lost 207. The Canadian dollar is up 0.15 of a cent today. On commodity markets, gold gained more than $43 an ounce. Oil is up 11 cents a barrel. Welcome back. It's time for a look ahead to what's happening in Windsor, Essex this weekend. And for that, here's Melanie Kettner and Johnny Parks with What's Up YQG.
Yes, the perfect time to launch the Summer Series. Now, Johnny, are you a little artistic, or what do you think?
Yeah, no, I always liked to draw growing up, made some comic books that my parents didn't exactly approve of. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're actually here with Laura from to tell us about the first Sip and Paint coming up.
Yeah, tonight or this summer at our Windsor, Essex, every Thursday night will be open in July and August to do summer nights. So some of those events are Sip and Paints, like Johnny mentioned.
That sounds amazing. Now, I'm not a great painter myself, so are there lessons involved in this?
Yeah, there will be an educator to help you, for sure.
And is it the kind of thing where everybody does the same painting, or do we all get to do our own piece of work?
You'll be guided through the same piece of artwork, but you can absolutely do your own flair on it, use different colors, paint something different, just enjoy yourself, yeah.
And is there anything else you'd like to highlight that's included in the event?
Yeah, so if you don't make it up for the Sip and Paints, because they are they're going pretty fast, we do have every other Thursday night of the summer. You can come back. Windsor Eats will be here, so you can grab a cocktail. They'll also be bringing food. Johnny, I know you like hot dogs.
Big fan. Any hot dogs going on? Oh, hey, all right.
Exactly. You can see the exhibitions, and you can drop in the studio, bring your family, go for a date night. It's whatever you choose.
And how can we get tickets?
Oh, you can check our website at artwindsoressex.ca or on Eventbrite at Art Windsor Essex.
Oh, sounds amazing. Thank you so much, Laura, and I wish you all the success for this event. Sounds like it's going to be a fantastic time. Now, Johnny, there are a few other events we have to talk about going on this weekend, including another carnival.
Yeah, Essex Fun Fest is coming back, so it's kicking off today and going through until the 5th, I believe.
My kids love that one.
Yeah, so good.
And there's an outdoor concert series going on in Leamington.
Epic Eagles tribute. That is going on at the Sunset Amphitheater on Saturday.
Maybe let's sing a little Hotel California.
Yeah, you should probably let them do that for sure, for sure.
And there are 2 shows at the casino this weekend, too.
It's hard work and sacrifice, living in an Amish paradise.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one. Weird Al is going to be at Caesars on Saturday, and then you got the Derek Huff going on Sunday.
Yeah, so from weird to normal and everything in between. So much going on. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Laura. And that's What's Up YQG.
One of the biggest World Cup stories before a single match had kicked off was the ticketing process. Exorbitant prices, a convoluted sales system, creating all kinds of stress for fans who just want to watch their country play. And now a class action lawsuit has been launched in the U.S. over StubHub's resale process. With more, here's Pat Foran.
It's above goal, and Vinny Jr.'s there to head it home.
The Brazil-Scotland World Cup game in Miami on June 24th saw Brazil emerge victorious with a 3-0 victory. Lifelong Brazil fan Mende Riyad of Scarborough attended the game and says he'll never forget it.
For the 2 hours that the game was going on, me and my wife, we couldn't sit down for 10 seconds.
Before Riyad went to Miami, he contacted CTV News after having ticket trouble with StubHub. He was ecstatic when he had the chance to see his favorite team. He bought 4 tickets through FIFA's website.
When I received the email from FIFA, I literally couldn't believe it. It was huge. It was huge for me.
Unfortunately, a family member couldn't go to the game, so he decided to sell one of the tickets on StubHub. It sold right away for $1,278. He got $821. Even though he received confirmation the ticket was delivered, the buyer later claimed it was the wrong ticket. After that, StubHub blocked Riyad's account and took back the $821.
A company like StubHub, making judgment calls and assuming that I'm a scammer, that's very, very unfair.
There have been many cases where soccer fans have been unable to get tickets or refunds from StubHub. In the U.S., World Cup fans have filed a class action lawsuit. Fans accuse the ticket reseller of failing to deliver tickets they bought on the secondary market. While StubHub offered refunds, fans say they wanted to go to the games and were stuck paying for airfare and lodging costs. Fans are seeking $5 million U.S. StubHub has not commented on the proposed lawsuit. As for Riyad, when CTV News reached out to StubHub, his case was reviewed and he was given back his refund of $821, which was great news for him. Pat Foran, CTV News.
The Toronto Maple Leafs are hosting their prospect camp this week, an opportunity for their most recent first overall pick to suit up in the blue and white for the first time. With more on Gavin McKenna's introduction to the organization, here's Mike Walker.
On the ice for the first time in blue and white, less than a week after Gavin McKenna was selected first overall in the draft by the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Super grateful for it. Honestly, it doesn't feel real. It's a dream come true.
All eyes on the 18-year-old forward at the Leafs development camp run by assistant GM Haley Wickenheiser, including new head coach Jim Hillier.
I think he's got a quiet confidence about him that he exudes, that he can elevate his game. Excellent agility, IQ is off the charts.
Expectations are high for McKenna, who is the third first overall pick in franchise history, though there is no pressure to lead the team. Instead, he's looking forward to learning from the Leafs core.
Be in that environment, have these veteran guys around me, and kind of not have to be, that driver and learn from those guys. I'm very lucky and fortunate.
McKenna has faced criticism in the past year about his compete level. Today, he admitted it's a motivator.
Some of the critiques, they weren't wrong. I think being in this environment helps me a lot, and just seeing everyone else work, I think, honestly, it's pretty easy for you to just work hard out here.
53 players attending the development camp looking to make an impression, including every single prospect from this year's draft, including a pair of defensemen, Ethan McKenzie, who was overlooked at 2 previous drafts.
Ever since you're a little kid, you always dream about being the up pick in the draft, and especially going to a team like Toronto, the original 6 team, it's a pretty unbelievable feeling.
And Mississauga native Alexander Bilecki, who played AAA hockey in this very rink.
At the end of the day, I think just showing the type of player I am and what I can bring to the Maple Leafs organization, and just my want to get better every day.
As for McKenna, he revealed today he won't be wearing number 72 after the Leafs signed veteran goalie Sergei Bobrovsky, who helped the Florida Panthers win back-to-back Stanley Cup championships.
Yeah, Bob, he's won 2 Stanley Cups. If he wants that number, he's going to get that number. So
McKenna is projected to play on one of Toronto's first 2 lines. Exactly where he'll fit in will be determined in the months ahead, with the Leafs opening training camp in September. Mike Walker, CTV News.
Welcome back. A mother and son team from Windsor will be racing for $1 million on the new season of The Amazing Race. Here's a preview ahead of next week's premiere with the show's longtime host, John Montgomery.
We're a mother and son team
from Windsor, Ontario.
They share a bond that I will never be able to truly appreciate from the mother's perspective. But I have a mom, and I know how much she means to me. And to watch a mother and son, I think Soraya is maybe the second oldest racer that we've had on The Amazing Race Canada. And watching them both run the race with a level of proficiency, mental acuity, and capacity to solve problems, I think is why they're in business together. Because there's no problem too big for Amin and Soraya to solve. A mom knows how to encourage her son. You know strengths, you know weaknesses, you know triggers. You know the subtleties of their body language and where they are emotionally. And so I think that kind of insight allows a mother and son team, or a team with that perspective, to be able to support each other in a really special way, to get the most out of their partner. And I think mothers and sons have that capacity.
It's a test of strength.
You're so close.
Skill. Stamina.
The workout.
And it's the adventure of a lifetime, all across the country.
Right off the hop, right on the top of Whistler Mountain, an element of gameplay is introduced that we have never seen before on The Amazing Race Canada. It definitely changes the way that the first 5 legs of the race unfold.
And season 12 of The Amazing Race Canada kicks off Tuesday at 9 p.m. on CTV. You can also stream episodes the next day on Crave. And back with Gary for one more look at the 7-day forecast. Gary.
Carlyle, I think tomorrow's still sweltering, just like today. Even though it was windy, it was a very warm breeze. You could feel the heat, right? It's just accentuated as it's breezy and blowing into your face. Feels like a sauna with a fan. And it's going to be similar tomorrow. The temperatures do gradually fall off by Sunday. Upper 20s, feeling feeling like mid-30s. It will still be warm, but compared to what we've experienced of late, that will be welcomed. Next week, by Tuesday into Wednesday, Thursday, fair weather, a low probability of seeing showers. Any rainfall likely is going to be very sporadic, light if we see it at all. Tomorrow and Saturday, just watch out for each other and look forward to cooler temperatures. I'm off Friday. I'm going to cool off. I need a whole day for it. Enjoy your weekend and your weather. Good night.
Thanks very much, Gary. The scorching heat didn't stop local Canada Day celebrations yesterday. Thousands came out waving flags and cheering the annual parade as it rolled through the heart of Windsor's downtown. That's it for us. Thanks for watching. For all of us at CTV News, I'm Carlyle Fiset. Have a good night.